No one anticipated the challenge that the COVID-19 pandemic would pose to the learning continuity of students around the world, and it was school year 2020-2021 that took the strongest blows. The need for learning to continue and the requirement that no student would be left behind in the process of coming up with means to address this need forged an alliance among education stakeholders. The Department of Education, school administrators, teachers, students, and even parents. A few strategies that were put into place were speeding up technology literacy, capacity building trainings on remote teaching strategies, and teaching innovation. It was during this time that teachers had to work double time to cope up with the trying times. And by school year 2021-2022, we see the height they were able to reach through these commendable efforts. This Festival of Teaching Innovations is a week-long activity showcasing the best approaches and techniques innovated by teachers in various schools in kindergarten, elementary, and secondary levels in Balanga City. It is open to all elementary and secondary school teachers who were recommended by their school administrators in Schools Division of Balanga City. This event aims to 1. To provide a platform for the teachers to showcase their teaching innovations in using the remote learning modalities. 2. To showcase evidence of the teachers' effort in coming up with innovative ideas and practices in teaching through remote modalities. 3. To encourage teachers to benchmark and come up with their own ideas of innovating remote instructions to further knowledge, skills, and attitude of learners. And 4. To recognize the best efforts of teachers in ensuring the quality learning instruction using remote learning modalities. The criteria for judging the top 3 best teaching innovations are as follows: content, 30%, creativity, 30%, integration of technology, 40%, for a total of 100%. To formally open this festival, it is our honor to have Dr. Eileen S.J. Samonte, SESE, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, who shall give us her welcome remarks.
Sa ating pong pinakamamahal na Schools Division Superintendent ng Balanga City, Dr. Ronnie S. Mariani, SSO6, sa ating pong mga hepe ng dalawang functional division, SGOD and CID, Dr. Flor and Dr. Merly, sa ating pong mga kasama at kapamilya, mga kapatid at kaibigan ng SDO, Balanga City, syempre hindi po mawawala dyan ang ating mga pinuno ng bawat paaralan, ang ating pong mga guro, at syempre ang ating mga mag-aaral, at ang buong syudad po ng Balanga na maaaring makapanood ng ating pong festival ng teaching demonstrations at ng learning demonstrations sa ating mga mag-aaral. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to showcase what our teachers are doing, not just to their co-teachers, but also to the city, and of course, for the rest of the world who can access the channel, the COD News Network channel. It is also once in a lifetime chance for us to showcase what our students have learned in the past years, and since we have pivoted 360 degrees para po ma-deliver pa rin ang basic education despite the pandemic, it is a rare opportunity to show you that what we are doing is still anchored on what is the mission of the Department of Education, but with a twist. So ano po yung twist na yun? Ito po yung pagpapakita na sa distansya man, na ibibigay pa rin natin ang serbisyo at na ipapakita natin ito sa mga paraan na alam natin ay mas magugustuhan o maiinigan ng mga batang ating tinuturuan. Kahit na sila ay nasa loob ng kanilang amahanan, maging ito man ay online, modular, or blended na tinatawag. Ganon din, makikita o mapapatunayan natin sa pamamagitan ng mga mag-aaral natin na magpapakitang gilas ng kanilang mga natutunan At ito ay pagpapatunay na kahit papano o hindi man kahit papano, excellently, they are doing well, they are learning well in the different modalities that we are offering. What we have right now is not a choice most of us will be doing or will be choosing, but it's what the present dictation, the present situation dictates, and we are coping with it. We are adjusting to it, and we are giving our excellent service despite of the challenges. There was this grade 5 English teacher who adopted a different type of strategy in teaching English to her students. She employed the use of stage plays, and during that time, it was unorthodox, meaning it was not generally accepted, and she was frowned upon, she was questioned, eyebrows were raised. Ito yung panahon na ang drills o ang mga exercises ay laging nasa loob lamang ng 4 na sulok ng paaralan. And she decided to bring the students out to the stage and let them perform. And you know what? I've been part of that class, and through that class, we were able to learn how to speak in English, how to pronounce words clearly and correctly, how to enunciate. So all of those skills and competencies we learned out of the unorthodox practice that she employed. So, sa mga makikita natin ngayon, this may be unorthodox practices that our teachers are doing. But, since we are responding to the call of the times, we are showing you that we, the Department of Education, SDO Balanga City, will always be with you. It is an assurance from us that we will always be with you, that we will deliver the basic services that we are mandated to do, and that our learners are also coping with the times, and we will always be there, and we will always assure the parents, the community, that Deped Balanga City will not leave them behind, and no one will be left behind. Good morning and advance Merry Christmas to everyone. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy ninyong pagsuporta sa mga kaguruan, sa bawat isa sa kagawaran ng edukasyon.
Thank you very much, Dr. Eileen S.J. Samonte, for your message. Now, let us lend our ears to Dr. Flordeliza A. Del Rosario, Chief ES, School Governance and Operations Division, for her inspirational message.
To our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronnie S. Malyari, our ASDS, Ma'am Eileen Samonte, our CID Chief, Dr. Merlinda Tablan, and to all Education Program Supervisor, to all our school heads in both elementary and junior high school, and of course our senior high school, to all our teachers, and to all the participants, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ang laki ng naging pagbabago. For the last 2 school year, we're using blended, modular, online. I'm very grateful also to all the teachers na talagang ang effort ay ginagawa para lamang mapatuto itong ating mga estudyante. Talagang collaborative effort siya ng lahat. Starting of course from our division, sa aming opisina dito sa Deped, hanggang sa pinakamababa, hanggang sa ating mga estudyante. At very thankful din tayo of course with the parents, kasi without them, kaya nga magkakaroon din tayo ng awarding sa ating mga homework heroes, yung ating mga tumutulong sa ating mga estudyante para sila talaga ay mapatuto. So in spite of all these challenges, in spite of all what is happening sa ating paligid with the new variant, so at least makikita talaga natin that through the cooperation, yung pagtsatsaga ng bawat isa, ang lahat ng ito ay matutupad o magiging maayos. We are looking forward, of course, sa ating face-to-face. Kaya sana, vaccinated na rin ang ating mga, kumbaga yung pwede na magpabaksin. Kasi ang ating majority of our teachers, teaching and non-teaching personnel are all vaccinated. So we are working together with the local government unit para lahat ng ito ay matupad natin o maging mas maayos. So, of course, very happy kami at kumbaga talagang we are looking forward for yung makikita natin, yung i-showcase natin dito sa ating festival. Hopefully everybody will learn, kumbaga yung mga best practices, yung maganda nating nakita ay magawa natin din sa ating iba pang mga estudyante. And of course, dapat lamang na palagi tayong magtulungan, magkaroon tayo ng mga cooperation para mas maging maayos pa ang mga susunod pang mga araw. Medyo mahaba pa tayo, December pa lang. So nag-start tayo ay September, so ilang months pa. So maaaring baka magkaroon pa to ng part 2, di ba? Kaya ito ay talagang pinagtulong-tulungan ng lahat ng ating mga personnel din sa division office. Andyan si Ma'am Lisa Marie, siya ang and of course yung mga tulong ng ating mga technical people. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpa-participate at congratulations sa ating mga winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Flordeliza A. de Rosario, for that message of inspiration. And now, let us proceed with the blended modality category, which was open to all levels. In this mode of instruction, different remote modalities are combined except for face-to-face instruction. Let us watch our teachers blending teaching innovations.
This pandemic brought us a lot of changes, from a normal classroom setting into these different learning modalities. Good day, I am Teacher Beverly Banson Porlante. Together, we will broaden our knowledge to become socially and culturally competent individuals as we learn and understand the culture, society, and politics. These trying times make us adopt a new way of teaching. It changes everything. Let us start with the insight that a student like you should acquire to become socially proficient in adapting constant changes in the society and to achieve ideas in ways of interaction in groups, communities, and institutions. Change is inevitable. It is constant. Things around us are always subject of changes. With this reason, we are always bound to improve ourselves. We strive to learn new things, new skills, and every day we urge us to learn more. People should be open for changes, though there are challenges brought by these changes that we also should know. Similarly, we believe that the current situation that forces us to adapt these new methods of learning will eventually come to an end. Things may have changed, but all for the better. How's your travel experiences before pandemic? How you miss posting your whereabouts on social media? I bet you miss wearing your OOTDs. Today, let me take you to the whole peninsula of Bataan. Of course, virtually. But before that, we are going to create a map of topic we are about to discover. Oftentimes, we encounter the words culture, society, and politics. Can you name some of the words that are defined or somehow related to the word culture? How about the word society? Can you complete the concept map with a word that is related to society? And lastly, before we take off, fill the map with the words that is related to the word politics. I think you are ready. The first destination is the largest town here in Bataan, where it is, correct, the town of Bagak. It is primarily an agricultural land that is very rich in natural wonders, and is full of historical feats. The white sand beaches, the rugged mountain terrains are the primary tourist destination in Bagak. Rainforests, caves, waterfalls, and breathtaking coral gardens can be explored by intrepid nature lovers, while commemorative World War II Japanese shrines and battle sites are followed by history buffs and learners. One of the oldest churches in the Philippines, established in 1873, can also be found here in Bagak, with Saint Catherine of Alexandria as patron saint. I give you a word that will deepen your understanding about culture. It's anthropology. Anthropology came from the word anthropologia, which means study of humanity. It also originates from the Greek word anthropos, which means human being. Anthropology is the scientific study of humanity, concerned with human behavior, human biology, cultures, and societies, in both the present and past, including the past human species. Social anthropology study patterns of behavior, while cultural anthropology studies cultural meaning, including norms and values. And the place to best observe and find human individuals who are very much connected with their environment, social relations, and culture. It is here in Bagak. Anthropology has its major American influence because of the famous American anthropologist Franz Boas, the father of modern anthropology. He is an expert when it comes to human culture and he studied historical particularism. Don't worry, because historical particularism is not that hard to understand. It only means that each society is considered to have a unique form of culture that can be considered as complex. Just like here in Bagak, we can find unique form of cultures from various groups and individuals. We can observe different practices from different tribes, local and foreign tourists that flock the town and the country. How can I say so? Let's know more as we dive into these towns. There are anthropology experts who are known as anthropologists. They use a special research method called ethnography, which means a long-term participant observation. Anthropologists do this by living with their subject of study for a long period of time, for them to make their writings truthful or factual. Take note that the anthropology can be observed not just here, but also at your very own places, cities or regions, or the entire country. I guess it is for you to find out. In this very place, we can find and observe the fields of anthropology. First, biology or physical anthropology. It is the study of human origins such as genetic, race, evolution, fossils, and primates. This is where we observe our ancestor and closest relatives. Next is the cultural anthropology. It is the study of living people, the religion, social system, languages, clothing, food, beliefs, and tradition. Third is the linguistic or anthropological linguistic, the study of language, its evolution, its connection to other languages and other society. Lastly, archaeology or the study of the material remains of past human life and activities such as religion, social system, language, attire, food, beliefs, and tradition. Do you think there are also places in your provinces where anthropology and its fields are evident? Do not forget these goals of anthropology. First is to observe common things among people. Just like here in Bagak, we have different norms, but there is some point that we respect each other and we share common culture while preserving our diverse identities. Second, discover what makes people different from each other. It is also observable here with the variety of cuisines that we enjoy. This is already an evidence of diversity. Create new knowledge through researches about humankind and behavior. How much more will you learn if you actually visit here? When the pandemic comes to its end, you will surely love to visit and explore the whole town. Let's hit the skies to our next destination, Hermosa, Bataan. Hermosa has a lot to offer when it comes to the job opportunities. Why? Because it has an enormous economic zone, which is being shared by the people all around Bataan and some neighboring provinces, which makes it a perfect place to study sociology. Sociology is the study of society, patterns of social interactions, social life, social change, and social causes, and consequences of human behavior. Sociology came from the French word, which means companion, and the Greek word ology, which means the study of. It was first developed by a French philosopher named Auguste Comte. He did this because he saw the need to see and study the society. Before the nationwide lockdown, Hermosa celebrates various social activities and festivities. It is rich in traditions, social classes, family background, ethnicity, beliefs, gender, religion, creating a society. Of course, you are already familiar with this because I know for sure that in your own places, municipalities, and barangays, you observe all these things. Sociology also has its own fields. Some of its fields are social organization, social psychology, applied sociology, and human ecology. Social organization pertains to a group of interacting people with the same goal. Example of these are the top companies found in Hermosa. Not just enjoying the healthy workplace of the environment, but also the benefits that the employees receive. It also has the variety of restaurants that offers local cuisine, as well as the cuisine that originated from other regions. Social psychology is the study of how people's thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and behaviors are influenced by the social environments. Let's roam around the town and see how beautiful the town of Hermosa is. It is evident that the people here takes pride as they showcase their hometown to visitors. Applied sociology is the information about the society to solve social issues. Human ecology is the study of interaction between human beings and nature in different cultures. And where to best find this? Come and explore the town's natural beauty. Do you know the goals of sociology? First, is to study the nature of humanity and to be aware of our society. Second, appreciate society. We have to still look for the good things in it and for us to look for ways to improve and develop it. Our last destination is where the provincial government is located, which makes it perfect to study political science or politics. No other than the city of Balanga. Balanga City is one of the best examples when it comes to governance in the province. And when we talk about governance, we are pertaining to political science. Political science is the systematic study of government, politics, and political power. Do you know that politics was started by the ancient Greeks? It is being studied way back in time. And this politics is what being practiced not just in Balanga City, but in the entire country. Here are the things to know about political science. It tells about political theory, political philosophy and ideologies, public management, human rights, international relations, and foreign policies. This can be observed and practiced by the resident of Balanga City. These are the goals of political science. First, makes people better citizens. It is to bring out the best in every Filipino people wherever you may be in the country. Second, keep social order and harmony among different groups of people. To have a safe and peaceful community. Just like here in Balanga. Third, protect the rights of an individual which Bataeños experience in the city. Avoid conflict and promote cooperation to foster harmony in the society, and that is what exercised here. These political goals are achieved not just in Bataan, but also all around the country. Before we get back home, let me give you some key takeaways. Understanding culture, society, and politics is about anthropology, sociology, and politics. These are the words we will always encounter as we continue to discuss more about UCSP. Culture is rich all over the different groups of people and region with diverse ethnicity all over the country. Society is us, the Filipino people sharing a common culture. Politics is important because it ensures the safety, rights, and welfare of every citizen. I am Teacher Beverly. I hope you have enjoyed our virtual tour and trivias for today. On our next meeting, let's find more interesting places as we discuss more interesting topics on UCSP. Paalam!
Good vibes o GB! Yan ang kailangan natin ngayon, lalo na at nakakulong tayo sa ating mga tahanan dulot ng pandemya. Nasa gitna man tayo ng pandemya, sabay-sabay pa rin tayong tumutok, mamangha at matuto sa ating programa na hatid ay kaalaman at distance karanasan sa bawat isa. Moderno na ang ating panahon at high-tech na rin ang mga gadgets. Maging ang paraan ng pagtuturo ay bago na rin dulot ng pandemya. Kung kaya kahit na nasa screen ng laptop lang ang ugnayan, sinisiguro ng mga guro na magiging kawili-wili at kapanapanabik ang mga aralin. Buti na lang at mayroon tayong mga larawan na magbabalik sa ating mga alaala ng mga lugar na napuntahan natin kasama ang mga mahal natin sa buhay. Baon ng mga mag-aaral ang mga larawang magbibida sa kanilang mga ama o haligi ng tahanan. Patok ngayon ang social media, kaya naman kahit ang mga Facebook na application ay maaari na rin magamit sa talakayan sa klase sa tulong ng Padlet app kung saan ang mga mag-aaral ay maaaring magkomento at maaari rin daw pusuan ang post sa isang wall. Alamin natin yan! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat! Kumusta kayo? Ako ang inyong guro ngayong araw na ito, Binibining Lorena Panginiban. Bilang panimulang gawain, gamit ang Padlet app, i-upload, ibahagi at ibida niyo sa amin ang mga larawan na kasama ninyo ang inyong mga ama o tumatayong haligi ng tahanan sa pamamagitan ng pag-post sa aking wall. Gayon din, maaari kayong magkomento at pusuan ang mga larawan ng inyong mga kamag-aral. Natuwa ba kayo sa ating gawain? Anong ideya ang nabuunang matapos nito? Mahusay! Tunay nga namang biyaya ang ating mga ama sa bawat isa sa atin. Panay ka ba ang hindi pinipili? Mapapa-it hurts you know ka talaga. Inaalat man sa pag-ibig, dito araw-araw kang pipiliin at bibigyan ng oras. Ikaw lang sapat na, mapapasana all na lang ang lahat. Halina at samahan niyong lumipad ang ating team patungo sa isa sa pinakamalaking kontinente sa daigdig, ang Asya. Sabay-sabay nating tuklasin ang makulay at malawak na panitikan ng Timog Silangang Asya na kinabibilangan ng Pilipinas. Kasama rin ang mga karatig bansang Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Vietnam, Thailand at Singapore. Saan ang masarap na pasyalang bansa matapos ang pandemya? Sama po kayo sa amin. Welcome to Singapore! Isa ang Singapore sa maituturing na pinakamaunlad sa buong Timog Silangang Asya. Kilala ito sa tawag na Temasek. Hango ito sa salitang Javanese na tasek na nangangahulog ang dagat. Ang pisikal na anyo ng Singapore ay napalilibutan ng malawak na katubigan. Mula naman sa katawagang Temasek noong ika-14 na siglo, napalitan ito ng Singapura o the Lion City. Singapore din ang may pinakamalakas na ekonomiya sa Timog Silangang Asya. Dito matatagpuan ang pinakamalalaking kumpanya na nagbibigay oportunidad sa mga mamamayan nito. Sila ang may pinakamababang bilang ng unemployment rate at pinakamataas na bilang ng mga nakagiginhawa sa buhay ayon sa datos ng National Geographic. Masasalamin din ito sa kanilang gross development product na $103,181 per capita. Ayon naman ito sa datos ng International Monetary Fund. Akalain po ninyo, sa kabila ng pagiging maunlad na bansa, ay may suliranin din kinaharap ang bansang ito. Nababahala raw ang mga mamamayan sa patuloy na pag-usbong ng tinatawag na domestic violence. Ito nga raw ay mga kwento ng karahasan na nailathala bilang mga akdang pampanitikan. Ngayong araw, tunghayan natin ang kwento ng ang ama, kwento mula sa bansang Singapore, salin sa Pilipino ni Mauro Avena. Handa na ba kayo sa mga kompetensyang matututunan niyo ngayon? Matapos ang aralin na ito, ang bawat mag-aaral ay inaasahang Nasusuri ang mga pangyayari at ang kaugnayan nito sa kasalukuyang lipunang Asyano batay sa napakinggang akda. Nabubuo ang sariling paghaharot o pagmamatuwid batay sa mga ideyang nakapaloob sa akda. Nabibigyan kahulugan ang malalalim na salitang nakapaloob sa akda batay sa derivatibo o konotatibong kahulugan. Naiahambing ang ilang piling pangyayari sa napanood na telenovela sa ilang piling kaganapan sa lipunang Asyano sa kasalukuyan. Bago tayo dumako sa panonood ng akda, atin munang bigyan kahulugan ang mga malalalim na salitang nakapaloob sa akda na makatutulong sa inyo sa higit na pag-unawa dito. Dahil lamang sa matinis na pag-iyak, isang ama ang nagdulot ng wala sa kapanahon ng pagkamatay ng kanyang anak. Tunghayan natin ang masalimuot na pangyayari sa pamilyang ito sa pamamagitan ng madamdaming pagsalaysay ng inyong kaibigang mag-aaral na si Kimberly Castañares.
Isa o dalawang okasyon na may dalawang supot ng pansit misado. Tandang-tanda ito ng mga bata na kung saan sila ay sorpresa ng kanilang ama sa kaluwagang palad nito. Ngunit, labag sa kanilang kaalaman na hindi na pala muling mauulit pa ang masayang okasyon nito. Isang sinyalis lang ng pagsigaw at pagdagog mula sa ama. Takot agad ang mararamdaman ng mga bata. Takot na ang malaking kamao nito ay dumapo sa mga mukha nila. Hanggang isang gabi, umuwi ang ama na masamang-masama ang timpla sapagkat nasisante pala ito sa kanyang trabaho. Saktong-sakto na nasa mahabang halingking siguro, pilit itong pinapatahan ng kanyang mga nakatatandang kapatid. Na ang lahat. Dumapo na ang malaki at malakas na kamao ng ama sa mukha ni Moy. Pagkalipas ng 2 araw, namatay ito. Agad namang pinakita ng kapitbahay ang kanilang pakikiraman. Ang kanyang amo na may matigas na kalooban ay napagdesisyon ng ibalik siya sa trabaho. Nag-abot pa nga ito ng abuloy. At matapos ilibing si Muy, ay pumunta ang ama sa bayan. Pagkalipas ng 1 oras, umuwi ang ama na may daladalang isang malaking supot. Ginaglaon ay pumunta ito sa puntod ni Muy. Inilabas ang pagkain naman ng supot at inialay sa puntod. Malapit nang bumuhos ang ulo. Pero ang ama ay patuloy pa rin sa pagtangos at pagdarasan. Palaging nagbubugbog ang ama. Subalit, hindi ito nagiging hadlang sa kanya upang iwanan niya ang kanyang mga anak. Palagi niyang pinapadama sa mga ito ang tunay na pagmamahal niya. Kahit na wala na siyang makain basta ang kanyang mga anak, masisigurado lang niya mayroon.
Sa tulong ng Google Screen, ating sagutin ang mga mahalagang katanungang nakapaloob sa ating napanood. Naantig ba ang inyong damdamin sa kwento natin ngayong araw na ito? Sino ang tama natin tauhan sa kwento? Tumpak na kasagutan, nasaksiyan natin na sa ama at kay Mumot umikot ang mahalagang pangyayari sa anak. Anong katangian ng ama ang nanibabaw sa kwento? Anong bahagi o pangyayari sa kwento ang nagpapakita ng mga ito? Mahusay, baka sa mga pangyayari sa akda ang masalimuot na kalagayan ng kanilang pamilya dahil sa kabayang ama. Anong pangyayari sa kwento ang nagpabago sa ugali ng ama? Paano may pinakita ang pagbabago at pagmamahal sa anak? Magaling! Sa pagkamatay ni Moy nakadama ng pagsisisi ang ama, ngunit huli na. Nadama niya ang respeto at pagmamahal ng kanyang mga anak sa kabila ng kanyang mga nagawa. Anong kulturang sinuot ang ipinakita sa kwento? Tama! Tunay na masasalamin ang kulturang Singapore sa akda, tulad na lamang ng pag-aaral ng pagkain sa mga yumao. Anong kalagayang panlipunan ng mga kabataan at pinagdainan ang ipinakita sa akda? Mahusay na ipakita sa kwento ang malungkot na kinasasadlang kahirapan ng mga kabataan sa lipunan. Marami ang pinagbagutan ng kabataan tulad ng edukasyon at masayang pamilya. Nabigyan doon din ang mga abusong nararanasan ng mga kababaihan. Nung hindi madali ang kanilang mga pinagdadaanan, subalit dahil sa pagmamahal sa kanilang pamilya ang nagtutulong sila sa ganung sitwasyon. Pantanggal bagot sa mga nalulumbay ngayong home quarantine? TikTok pa more! Bawal gumala, bawal lumabas, edi mag-TikTok tayo! Patok sa mga TikTok videos na ito ang mga paksang di lang kinamilihan kundi kinapulutan pa ng kaalaman. Alamin natin ang kahulugan ng mga malalalim na salitang ginamit sa akda batay sa deklaratibo o pangnaratibo kahulugan ng mga ito sa pamamagitan ng pagsusuri ng mga TikTok video na ito. Mula sa TikTok video na ating napanood, napagtanto natin na ang kahulugan ng denotatibo ay ang literal o totoong kahulugan ng salita mula sa diksyonaryo. Ang kahulugan naman ng konotatibo ay tumutukoy sa extra kahulugan na ikinakabit sa salita depende sa intensyon ng sumulat o nagsalita. Paano kung isang araw naglalakad ka sa mall at may bigla lang sumigaw ng "Mamatay na mga marurupok!" Pero di ko kaya bigay masasaktan dahil pangako ko'y walang iwanan. Alam kong huli na, alam kong hindi na namaan. Makasusurvive ka kaya? Saklap ba, bes? Ang isang tao, maaaring pumili ng taong mamahalin niya. Subalit tulad ng natunghayan natin sa kwento, hindi tayo makapipili ng taong magmamahal sa atin. Nag-viral kamakailan ng mga TikTok video na naghatid ng kawilihan at kaalaman sa mga manonood. Saksihan natin ang trending na gawain sa klase, ang TikTok kaalaman. Para sa gawain ito, gagamitin natin kulay ang TikTok para bumuo ng sariling paghahatol o pagmamatuwid ukol sa akda. Suriin natin ang mga pangyayari at ideyang nakapaloob sa akdang tinalakay sa pamamagitan ng ating pangkatang gawain. Pangkatang gawain. Bumuo ng paghahatol o pagmamatuwid batay sa mga ipinakitang pangyayari at pag-ugali sa akda. Bigyan ng mga bilang hatol ang kanilang naging aksyon at pag-ugali. Sa alang-alang ang pamantayan sa pagpupulos. Pamantayan sa pagpupulos. Paalala lamang na maging responsable sa paggamit ng social media sa lahat ng pagkakataon. Magsuot ng maayos na kasuotan at gumamit ng mga salitang naayon sa gawain.
Magandang araw. Ako si Atty. Isin Q. Ocampo, ang hahawak ng kaso ng mag-ina laban sa kanilang mapanakit na ama. Ang bawat magkabilang panig ay nagbigay ng kanilang paghatol. Ayon dito, nasasaad na ikaw lalaki ay labis na mapanakit sa iyong pamilya. Ikaw ay sagana sa alak kung kaya't ikay walang mapakain sa kanila. At may maranas na paraan ng pagdidisiplina sa kanila. Ikaw babae, naging pipig saksi sa lahat ng pangalipusta ng iyong kabiyak sa iyong mga anak. At kaya mga batang paslit, piniling itanim na lamang sa limot ang lahat ng takot dahil nawalan ng lakas ng loob na sabihin ang mahirap na sitwasyon. Kagalang-galang ng ko, tunay po ang lahat ng inyong binigyang diin. Ngunit, ito lamang po ay dala ng aking pagkawala ng trabaho at labis na kalungkutan. Ngayon po ay nagbago na po ako. Sana po ay mapatawad nila ako. Kung gayon, inyong lingkod. Siya ang biktima. Siya ang walang ginawang masama. Ngunit paano makakamit ang hustisya kung ang kanyang sariling amang minsala ng pang-aabuso kung patuloy tayo magsasawalang kibo, hindi tulad ng ina sa kwento. Piwaksi ang takot at nanindigan tayo sa kung ano ang nararapat para matamasa ang ating mga karapatan. Maging responsableng magulang, di tulad ng ama sa pagpapalaki ng mga anak, lalo na ngayong pandemya na nakakulong tayo sa ating tahanan kasama ang ating mga pamilya. Tulad ng mga anak, ipakita ang pagmamahal at respeto pa rin sa ating mga mahal sa buhay hanggat may pagkakataon, lalo na sa nararanasan natin ngayon na nakabibigla ang mga pangyayari.
Magaling! Balit kung naunawaan ninyo ang ating aralin batay sa inyong gawain.
Republic Act 9262, Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. Mayroon tayong batas laban sa pang-abuso sa kababaihan at kanilang anak kung saan maaari silang protektahan laban sa karahasan. Layunin ng RA 9262 na protektahan sa anumang uri ng karahasan ang lahat ng mga kababaihan at kabataan. Ito ay maaaring isampa ng isang babae na kararanas ng pang-abuso o ng kanyang pamilya, barangay, social worker o concerned citizen. Nakasalalay sa atin ang tungkulin na walang babae, bata man o matanda ang masasaktan sa ating komunidad. Protektahan natin ang mga kababaihan at kabataan.
Tunay nga namang madalas sa buhay ng tao, nagiging kahinaan natin ang pagmamahal kaya tayo nagtitiis. Pero huwag naman sanang magulat tayo na ang pagmamahal na meron tayo ay nakapapanakit na sa atin. Pakikiramay naman sa mga naulila at pag-aalay ng mga pagkain sa mga mahal natin sa buhay na yumako na, tanda ng pagpapakita ng pagpapahalaga at paggunita sa kanila. Nasasalamin ang mga kulturang asyanong ito sa kwento na nabigyan ko din naman sa inyong gawain.
Dinala rin ang mundo ng Twitter sa isa sa makabuluhang gawain sa klase ng mga guro. Panoorin po natin.
Ngayon naman, upang mabatid ko na naunawaan ninyo ang ating aralin, i-tweet ang inyong mga natutunan gamit ang menti.com. Marami sa inyong mga tweet ang nagpakita na sadyang maunawain at mapagmahal ang mga asyano. Subalit, huwag natin kalimutang maging mulan sa ating mga karapatan, lalo na sa mga tao unang dapat na sumusuporta sa atin. Maging karapat-dapat din naman tayo sa pagmamahal ng ating kapwa, lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemya na kailangan natin ang bawat isa. Sa huli, naway maging lakas sana tayo ng bawat isa sa pagharap sa pagsubok ng buhay.
Kilalanin din ang isa sa mga nauusong kagamitang pan-teknolohiya na gamit ng mga guro at mag-aral sa pagbuo ng mga presentasyong pang-paaralan, ang Canva.
Maraming kabataan at kababaihan ang nakararanas ng pang-abuso sa kanilang tahanan o yung tinatawag nating domestic violence. Iba't ibang uri ng pang-abuso ang nararanasan nila sa kamay ng mga taong dapat sana'y unang nagmamahal at nangangalaga sa kanila. Ang sulat ng panglipunan ito ay sinasalamin maging ng ilang telenovelang napapanood natin sa kasalukuyan.
Ito ang kwento ng pinagkaitan. Pinagkaitan ng oras, panahon at ng pagmamahal ng isang magulang. Ang bantog na lokal na telenovela na Marimar, na pinagbidahan ni Marian Rivera Dantes, ay sumasalamin sa tunay na buhay ng Pilipino. Sa kanyang ginagampan ng karakter, ating makikita ang kakulangan niya sa pag-ibig ng isang nanay at tatay at siya pa ay naging biktima ng pang-aabuso na lipunan dala ng kanilang kakapusan sa yaman. Subalit itong si Marimar ay positibo pa rin sa buhay. Maihahalin tulad natin ito sa mga batang lansangan sa kasalukuyan. Bagamat pinagdamot ng tadhana ang halos lahat na kailangan nila tulad ng pagkain, edukasyon, tirahan, pati na rin ang pamilya, ay patuloy pa rin silang sumasabay sa agos ng buhay para matamasa ang matamis na bunga ng paghihirap. Sa talang buhay naman ni Muymuy at ng kanilang pamilya, ating masusulipan ang pait na kanilang hinanat sa kamay ng kanila pang mismong padre de pamilya na umantong pa sa kamatayan ni Muymuy. Dinalaw niya sa punto ng kanyang bunso pagkatapos naman ito ay nagbago na ang kanilang ama para sa ikabubuti ng pamilya. Kung inyong tatalakayin, kahirapan ang pangunahing dahilan kung bakit nagkakahiwalay ang mga pamilya tulad ng nangyari kay Marimar at sa mga bata lansangan na nauwi pa sa pang-aabuso tulad ng nangyari kay Muymuy. Kapansin-pansin din ang paraan kung paano sila pigilan sa kanilang pangarap. Nais ni Marimar na ipagpatuloy ang pagmamahalan nila ni Sergio at ika naman ng batang lansangan ang masaganang buhay. Gusto naman ni Muymuy ay masaya at payak na pamilya ang makakasama niya. Ngunit lahat ng ito ay hinadlangan ng kanilang bawat magulang. Ngayong panahon ng pandemya, madaming pamilya ang sinusubok ang kanilang katatagan. Dito ay ating pagmamasdan ng Pilipino bilang Asyano na kaya magtiis sa pasanin ng kapalaran. Kaya naman maswerte tayo na nakakaranas ng suporta at pagmamahal ng ating mga magulang. Kung kaya naman, Pahalagahan natin ang kanilang sakripisyo para sa atin.
Makapagbag damdamin bagamat mapanghamon ang paksang ating tinalakay ngayong araw. Huwag isawalang bahala ang mga pang-abusong nararanasan natin. Maging matapang at magpanindigan tayo para sa katotohanan. Ang kwento ay nagpaalala sa atin na maswerte tayo at kapiling natin ang ating pamilya sa loob ng ating tahanan. Huwag tayo maging pabaya sa mga gamparin natin sa lipunan upang maiwasan ang karahasan. Magulat tayo sa ating mga responsibilidad. Magsilbing tulay sana tayo sa abot ng ating makakaya upang maging bahagi ng solusyon sa mga suliraning ating kinahaharap.
Para naman sa latest updates, ibinida rin ang paggamit ng SEPTO-course ng Balanga City National Science High School bilang makabagong pamaraan ng pagtuturo.
Batid kung naribigan ninyo ang kwento natin ngayong araw na ito. Tingnan at ipasa sa ating kurso sa SEPTO ang mga gawain na may kinalaman sa ating tinalakay ngayon. Tandaan, sa politika masyado walang dahilan para hindi ka matuto. Kung may bagong kaalaman, huwag kang mahiyang ibahagi ito. Muli, ako si Binibining Panganiban, ang inyong kaibigang guro na magpapadali sa ating pagkatuto. Paalam!
Araw po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Ginoong Melvin Pinaba, guro po sa City of Balanga National High School sa asignaturang Filipino, Grade 10. Ito po yung aking entry sa Festival of Teaching Innovation 2021. Ito po ay ang Filipino 10 e-module Simple Mobile Application. Ito po yung aking ginagamit ngayong unang markahan simula po nung unang linggo hanggang sa kasalukuyan po ngayon. So hayaan yung ipaliwanag ko po sa inyo kung ano-ano po ang meron dito po sa aking ginawang Filipino 10 e-module Simple Mobile Application. So simulan na po natin. Ano po ba yung layunin nitong Filipino 10 e-module Simple Mobile Application? Bilang isang guro sa COBNHS Junior High School, nakaisa sa pagtupad ng kahingian alinsunod sa patnubay ng Kagawaran ng Edukasyon o Deped Order 018 Series of 2020, the implementation of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan na makalikha ng mga kapakipakinabang na kagamitang pampagkatuto na naglalayong una, makatulong sa lahat ng mga mag-aaral. Ito man ay online, digital at printed na magkaroon ng access sa mga kasanayan, aralin at mga gawain sa asignaturang Filipino. 10. Sa pamamagitan ng simpleng mobile application. Ikalawa, mabawasan ang mga printed materials, sa halip ay mailaan ito sa mga mahalagang pagkakataon. Ang ikatlo at ang panghuling layunin, makatulong sa mga guro at magsilbing gabay sa paglikha ng iba pang mobile application na payak, ngunit malaki ang may tutulong sa mga mag-aaral at mga guro di lamang sa larangan ng edukasyon upang maging sa gitna rin ng pandemya. Sino-sino po ba ang makikinabang dito sa ginawa kong Filipino 10 e-module Simple Mobile Application? Ito po ay ang mga guro sa Filipino, lalong-lalo na po ang mga mag-aaral sa grade 10. Higit sa lahat po, so tandaan, so kung sakaling gagawa o lilikha ang isang gurong katulad ko ng ganitong mobile application, nakapareho po ng mobile application, so ang paggawa po nito at higit sa lahat po, ang pag-download ng mga mobile application nito ay libre. So libre po itong ibibigay sa mga mag-aaral, libre po nila itong magagamit. Okay, para sa unang katanungan, ano nga ba ang Filipino 10 e-module mobile application? Yan ang aking ihahayag sa inyo para sa video ito. Ihahayag ko sa inyo kung ano-ano ba ang meron dito sa mobile application na aking ginawa para sa ating mga mahal na mag-aaral. At pagkatapos noon, ipapakita ko sa inyo ang ilang mga videos at pictures ng patunay na ito ay aking binibigay at isinasagawa sa aking klase sa lahat ng modalities. Okay, para sa unang kasagutan sa aking katanungan patungkol sa kung ano ba ang meron doon sa Simple Filipino 10 e-module Simple Mobile Application. Ito ay isang simpleng mobile application, ngunit naglalaman ng mga mahalagang aralin, kasanayan at mga gawain na kinakailangan ng mga mag-aaral, lalong-lalo na po sa asignaturang Filipino 10. Higit sa lahat, isa po itong mobile application na libre, gaya po ng nabanggit ko kanina, na maaaring magamit ng mga mag-aaral na online, digital at maging ng printed modality basta't may available itong Android mobile phone. Para sa ikalawang katanungan, ano-ano ang meron sa mobile application na ito? Hayaan niyong ilahad ko sa inyo kung ano-ano ang meron dito sa aking ginawang mobile application. Pag na-install at nabuksan ang application, gaya po nung nakikita nyo sa taas, bubungad ang siyam na buton. Ang kulay po ng siyam na buton na to ay kulay brown na magdadala sa mga mahalagang impormasyon, aralin at mga gawain sa Filipino 10 para po doon sa unang markahan. Sunod po, ang button ay binubuo ng panimula, gaya po ng nakikita nyo po sa taas, kung saan nakalagay ang mga paalala at section ng tagapagdaloy at ang buton para sa una hanggang ikawalong linggo na naglalaman naman ng mga aralin at mga gawain. Sunod po, kung ikiklik ang button ng panimula, gaya po nung nakikita nyo po dito sa taas, makikita at mababasa ang bahagi ng para sa tagapagdaloy, kung saan nakalagay ang mga paalala at mga paglalarawan patungkol po doon sa module. Okay, sunod po, higit sa lahat, sa button ng bawat linggo, gaya po nung nakikita nyo po doon sa taas, makikita ang section ng mga aralin, kasama dito ang panimula, kung saan mababasa ng mga mag-aaral ang mga most essential learning competencies o MELC ng nasabing aralin na mahalagang malaman at ibigay natin at pabasa natin sa mga mag-aaral. Sunod po natin o maliban dito, kasama rin ang weekly home learning plan. Yan, kaya po nang nakikita at nababasa nyo. Kapag ikinlik po ito, so makikita po nila yung weekly home learning plan na siyang magiging gabay po nila o magiging gabay po ng mga mag-aaral sa pagsagot po nila ng learners activity sheet. Nasa ganun po ay hindi po sila maligaw at alam po nila kung hanggang saan, kung ano o hanggang saan lang po sila magsasagot. Sa button naman po ng mga aralin, makikita ang mga pagtalakay na kailangan ng mga mag-aaral, mga impormasyon at mga aralin. Lalong-lalo na po syempre ang panitikan at gramatika na kanilang mababasa bago sila magsimula ng mga gawain. Sunod po, may mga CP o kopya na ng mga aktang papanitikan na kailangang babasahin ng mga mag-aaral sa ganoong pagkakataon kahit na ang isang mag-aaral ay printed o digital. O kaya naman wala siyang kakayanan talaga sa internet access pero meron siyang mobile phone o gadget ay hindi na niya kailangan magsaliksik pa sa internet. O kung sakaling wala siyang libro, so meron po doong available sa ating mobile application na kanilang mababasa at kinakailangan lang po nilang i-click yun at hanapin ang kanyang mga babasahin at mga susuriing akda. Higit sa lahat, so kasama rin po dito sa mobile application po na to ang tinatawag po nating subject integration. So gaya po nang nakikita nyo po doon sa itaas. So mahalaga po yan na maipagawa natin sa ating mga mag-aaral. So kasama na po yan dito po sa ating mobile application. So kung napapansin niyo doon po sa taas, so siya rin po ang pinaka naiibang buton. Dahil mahalaga po ang ginagampanan ng tinatawag nating subject integration para po sa pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. Okay, so higit sa lahat, kung ang isang mag-aaral naman po o kung siya naman ay online modality o meron pong kakayanan sa internet, may link lamang na ikiklik ang isang mag-aaral upang dalhin po siya doon sa channel ng Deped TV sa YouTube. Pero ang maganda po dito, hindi niya na kailangang search topic. So dadali na po siya mismo doon sa video presentation, doon po sa Deped TV. So ito po yung patunay na nasa taas na application. So kapag kinlik po yung online video presentation po, so dinala po siya doon sa video lesson ng ang kwintas. So ito po yung ginagamit namin para madali po nilang makita at mahanap. No? Pero kung sakaling wala naman po siyang access sa internet, so muli po, meron pong CP ng ACDA. Pareho lang po siya. So ibig sabihin po, makakasabay po ang isang mag-aaral. Okay, so dumako na ngayon tayo doon po sa pagtalakay sa ika-5 linggo ng aralin gamit ang mobile application sa online, printed, at digital. So, ilalahad ko sa inyo ang aralin na aking isinagawa para po doon sa 3 modality na ito gamit po yung mobile application sa ika-5 linggo. Okay? Bago tayo magsimula doon sa paglalahad ko po sa inyo ng aralin, narito po muna yung mga pinakamahalagang kasanayan sa pagkatuto o MELC para po sa ika-5 markahan. Una, na ipaliliwanag ang ilang pangyayaring napakinggan na may kaugnayan sa kasalukuyang mga pangyayari sa daigdig. Ikalawa, nakapagbibigay ng mga halimbawang pangyayari sa tunay na buhay kaugnay ng binasa. Ikatlo, na bibigyang kahulugan ang may hirap na salita o ekspresyong ginagamit sa akda batay sa konteksto ng pangusap. Ikaapat, nagagamit ang angkop na mga panghalip bilang panuring sa mga tauhan. Okay, para naman po sa pagsisimula ng ating aralin, so nahahati po sa 2 modality, yung online modality at 3 modality, online modality at modular at printed. So dun po, kung nakikita niyo po yung aking presentation application po dito sa gilid, sa online modality, so kinlik po nila yung online video lesson, dadalhin po sila doon mismo sa YouTube kung nasaan mismo nandoon yung target na aralin para po sa ika-5 markahan. Kung halimbawang wala naman pong internet access sa mga mag-aaral para po sa modular at printed, so mababasa po nila yung CP na kapag kinlik po nila yung ang kwintas. So sa madaling salita, wala pong may iwan, lahat po makakasabay mismo doon sa aralin. Okay, so ang sunod po natin, ang pinakamahalaga, yung mga gawain. Kung napapansin nyo, yung mga gawain ay nasa bandang dulo na ng mismong application sapagkat sa bandang itaas, naroon po yung pagbasa nila sa akda, andun din po yung wika at gramatika. So pagkatapos po nilang pag-aralan yon at basahin, parehong online at digital, so handa na po sila para po doon sa mga gawain. So kapag kinlik po nila ito, gaya po nung nasa application, so makikita po nila yung learner's activity sheet, no? Na nakaangkla po doon sa ating most essential competencies. No? So doon mababasa ang parehong online at digital at printed. So kung ano lang po yung ginagamit ng online, yun din po ang ginagamit ng modular at printed. So sa madaling salita, kahit na walang access sa internet ng printed o yung digital na may mobile application, para na rin po sila nakikisabay sa online dahil pareho lang din po ng ginagamit na activity. Okay, yan. Ngayon sunod natin, ang pinakamahalaga rin, yung tinatawag nating subject integration. Okay, nandito rin po yan sa ating mobile application. Kapag kinlik po nila yan, makikita po nila yung gagawin nila para po sa subject integration, yung mga subjects po na kasama, yung mismong MELC, no, na nakaangkla po doon para po sa mobile application. So dito po sa mobile application, kapag kinlik po nila ito, so ang gawain po ay gagawa po sila ng comics, no, sariling comics patungkol po sa pansariling wakas ng mismong akdang binasa nila na ang kwintas. So nandito rin po yung pamantayan sa pagpupuntos na magiging gabay po nila para po doon sa paggawa ng kanilang subject integration. So ito po ay parehong online, digital at printed. Okay, sunod ko po sa ipapakita sa inyo yung actual na mga larawan at mga videos na pagtalakay namin gamit itong mobile application sa ika-5 linggo ng markahan. So narito po, pati na rin po yung paglikha nila o yung paggawa nila ng subject integration gamit po itong mobile application. So narito po yan. Okay, sunod ko po sa ipapakita sa inyo yung actual na mga larawan at mga videos na pagtalakay namin gamit itong mobile application sa ika-5 linggo ng unang markahan. So narito po, pati na rin po yung paglikha nila o yung paggawa nila ng subject integration gamit po itong mobile application. So narito po yan. Okay, sunod po natin. So, narito naman po yung mga output, yung mga ilang output ng mga mag-aaral. Matapos po nilang gawin yung subject integration. So, ayan. So, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at panonood po ng aking presentasyon sa paggamit po ng Filipino 10 e-mobile e-module simple mobile application para po sa ika-5 linggo ng unang markahan. So, tandaan po natin, ang innovation po na ito ay inaalay po natin sa ikagiginhawa at ikaduluwag po ng ating pagtuturo at ng pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. Maraming salamat po at ingat po tayo.
Hi, this is Sir Fergs. Welcome to Scrapbook tutorial on academic reading strategies. So these are going to be the contents of your scrapbook. Part 1 of your scrapbook will highlight the before reading strategies. And the second part of your scrapbook will present the during reading activities. And lastly, the after reading strategies will emphasize, of course, that the activities that are supposed to be done during the after reading. Now, also, let us try to understand, or let us try to be clear about the objectives that we need to accomplish. First, we have identify the different reading strategies as tool in academic writing. Then, we need to evaluate one's purpose for reading, and last, use knowledge of text structure to glean information. So, the first thing that you have to do in coming up with this scrapbook is to find a text, an academic text, whether an article, a review, a thesis, and you're going to paste it on the very first page of your scrapbook. Okay? Usually, in before reading strategies, these are the activities that we or you should be doing. You identify the purpose of the writer, and at the same time, you establish your purpose for reading. Why are you reading it? And what is the purpose of the writer? You try to understand the purpose of the writer in writing the text. You preview the text so that you don't read the text yet. You just preview the text to get the overview of its structure. You look for the headings, figures, tables, and etc. One strategy that you can adapt under this what we call before reading strategy is the utilization of the KWL chart or graphic organizer, which we call the KWL. So here's the KWL. We can use this in our before reading strategy. Okay, now let's go to the during reading stage. So what are the activities that you should demonstrate or you should highlight under the during reading stage of your scrapbook? So here we have annotations. Annotate important parts of the text. Okay, this is an example of an annotation. We have a text. You try to write something on the page margin. Okay, you try to highlight things that you find very significant. But as much as possible, you write things in bullet format. Okay, basically, we need to come up with a graphic organizer such as this in order for you to synthesize the idea of the writer or the idea that is being presented by the writer. So the next part of the scrapbook and the final part of your scrapbook will be the after reading strategy. So you write on the last part the after reading stage. So what should be reflected? What activity should be reflected on this page? Okay, it says reflect on what you have learned. React on some parts of the text through writing. So you make your final reaction.
konsensya batay sa likas na batas moral. Mahalagang tanong, paano bububukin ang konsensya upang magsilbing gabay sa mabuting pagpapasya at pagkilos? Noong bata ka ba, naniniwala ka ba na ang konsensya ay inhel na bumubulong sa ating tenga kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng hindi mabuti? O ituturing mo ito bilang tinig ng Diyos na kumakausap sa atin sa tuwing tayo magpapasya? Ano man ang inyong paniniwala, hindi natin makakalimutan ang payo ng mga nakatatanda na sundin ang ating konsensya. Pero, paano natin masisiguro na tama ang sinasabi ng ating konsensya? Ano nga ba ang konsensya? Ayon kay Santo Tomas de Aquino, ang konsensya, ito ang batayan ng kaisipan sa paghuhusga ng tama o mali. Sa pamamagitan ng konsensya, natutukoy ang kasamaan at kabutihan ng kilos ng tao. Sapagkat sa pagkakakilala ng marami, sinasabing ang konsensya ang munting tinit sa loob ng tao na nagbibigay ng payo at nag-uutos sa kanya sa gitna ng isang moral na pagpapasya kung paano kumilos sa isang konkretong sitwasyon. Gawin mong gabay ang iyong konsensya o di kaya makinig ka sa iyong konsensya. Naunawaan mo ba ang tunay na kahulugan ng pahayag na ito? Tulad ng mga nabanggit natin ng nakaraan sa ating aralin na tayo ay nilalang ng Diyos sa kanyang wakas. Sabi nga sa sulat ng mga Efeso 2 verse 10, sapagkat tayo nilalang ng Diyos, nilikha sa pamamagitan ni Kristo Jesus upang iukol natin ang ating buhay sa paggawa ng mabuti. Iyan ang layuning pinili ng Diyos para sa ating magpunapawan, ang paggawa ng mabuti. Ang ating kakayahan na maunawaan at piliin kung ano yung mabuti patungo sa mabuting paraan ng pagkilos ay nagmumula sa ating konsensyang nabuhog ng mahusay. Ang pagsunod sa utos ng konsensya ay hindi lamang ang paggawa ng mabuti, kundi higit sa lahat ay ang pagiging mabuting tao. Ang pakikipagkapwa tayo. Maraming salamat po. Hanggang sa susunod. Ako po si Ma'am Mary ng Bataan National High School.
Good day everyone. Welcome to this presentation of Teaching Innovation entitled Culture-Based Lesson Exemplar in Pre-Calculus. The school year 2020-2021 has been a great challenge in coping with demands of learning continuity.
Well, this is it, the teaching innovation. Integrate, revitalize, and inspire. Objectives: integrate culture-based lessons aligned with the MELS. Revitalize Bataan culture in the learning delivery either online or modular modality. And inspire the learners while learning pre-calculus. The Prelude. This module is a roadmap to feature Bataan culture in the learning process among senior high school learners in the pre-calculus subject. The author hopes to reduce the fear and apprehensions about mathematics among most learners. The preliminaries of the lessons, discussions, examples, and activities are culture-based to empower the learners not only in the learning process but their appreciation of the culture of Bataan. The author believes that learning pre-calculus by culture inclusion would be a unique way to understand the lessons. The suddenness, uncertainty, and volatility of COVID-19 left the education system in a rush of addressing the changing learning landscape. But then again, teachers don't give up. Who would say that a seasonal teacher cannot adapt the challenge of technology? This is my own way to showcase the culture of Bataan.
using teaching innovation. Let's travel to Bataan to see beautiful places involving circles, the type of conic section.
Hi, this is Kenny. I will be giving you my insights about the previous performance task in pre-com. This activity helped my understanding on how effective culture-based lesson is in teaching math. I tackled how beautiful Bataan is and share my memories from those landmarks. I love how each student is involved by telling their own narrative at the same time learning math. My most memorable experience a place in Bataan is at the Flaming Sword in Pilar. The landmark is located beside Pablo Roman National High School, which is the venue for DSPC 2019. I've been a campus journalist for about 7 years now. I've been exploring categories instead, from being a science writer, cartoonist, and now a layout artist. This is the first time my former school is competing for the collaborative desktop publishing category. Me and my co-journalists work hard day and night to give the best at a short amount of time. After the contest, we did not expect for a podium finish, but still hoping to win. We placed 5th at the awarding ceremony, and at that moment, we knew we marked a history in our school. As I was walking out of Pablo Roman, I remembered that the flaming sword symbolizes the bravery of the Filipino and American soldiers who faced the threats in our democracy. That moment gives me chills because of how the flaming sword became the token of our success. This lesson unlocks a lot of memories in my mind and helps me to understand the lesson well. Thank you.
This only states that while having a difficult time doing an activity, we have already considered and appreciated the places that our town that we're supposed to be proud of. In addition to the activity of balisongsong conic sections, in our subject in pre-cal is somewhat made our mind that the lessons can be found on our environment, ideas, and especially on our daily life. The activity made every student become more advantageous to learn and maintain ourselves on keeping with normal life and appreciate everything that made up our world. These activities conducted by Ma'am Melanie should be also adopted by other teachers because connecting activities in life are very much appreciated because it is efficient than only having knowledge. Remember, knowledge can't do anything if we don't know how to life truly goes on. Activities are done to help each student to have additional learning.
We just saw the blended modality category for the Festival of Teaching Innovations. We can only imagine how dedicated our teachers are to have such energy to teach before a camera instead of actual students. This dedication must be born out of love for their students and their strong desire to ensure that no student is left behind. Again, we commend you, our dearest teachers. The last category is the online instruction category. This category is open to grade 4 to 12 teachers in SDO Balanga City. Let us watch as they present to us their teaching innovations.
Good morning, everyone. We are at City of Balanga National High School. I am Teacher Lovely, and let us explore Project Love. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the face of the education system all over the world. Education has been delivered to the learners through modular, online, and blended learning modalities in the Philippines. Challenges in the printing, distribution, retrieval of the learning materials, and the presentation of the outputs made the proponent explore possibilities to upgrade the quality of learning materials provided for the learners by using the digital technology. Project Love intends to reinforce the online instruction through reaching the junior high school learners at City of Balanga National High School. This project shall promote the use of virtual electronic portfolios as a support to the printed learners' materials, extend help to learners with additional learning needs through the provision of free and accessible virtual electronic portfolio, and advocate the love for learning the English language. The proponent established partnership with the other teachers of English in the secondary level of the division of City of Balanga to generate the content for this project. Project Love shall be implemented from the first up to the fourth quarter through the initiative of the proponent and the other teachers of English language in grade 9 at City of Balanga National High School. The communication expenses and the connectivity load of this project is 3,600 pesos per quarter. The idea of Project Love began last school year when both private and public schools in the country have also had to adjust to the new situations where face-to-face interaction and mass gatherings are prohibited. Committed to their mandate, the teachers in the division of City of Balanga found ways to fulfill their task of education, research, and service. From the confines of their homes, teachers and administrators were put to the task of revising and adapting curriculum implementation plans and requirements as they had shifted to alternative teaching modalities. Sustaining the delivery of quality education continues to be a major challenge, with the restrictions in the movement of people, the need to practice physical distancing, and prohibitions on mass gatherings, face-to-face classes, community engagements, internships, practicum activities, and other forms of experiential learning methods can no longer be employed for as long as the pandemic persists. This presents an opportunity for the project proponent to help reinforce online instruction through Project Lab or learning on virtual electronic portfolio. This project allows for a more conducive learning environment given these limitations. What are the project objectives? To provide grade 9 learners with free and accessible learning materials that are aligned with the most essential learning competencies in the subject of English. To help teachers monitor the learner's progress, to increase learners' participation and involvement in the subject of English by 90%. To motivate learners to present their output for each performance task, and to improve the academic performance of grade 9 learners in the subject of English for school year 2021-2022. Project Lab is a virtual electronic portfolio designed by the proponent. It helps teachers in designing learning materials in the subject of English. It is used to organize and manage assignments, activities, and performance tasks, to go paperless, for collaboration between students and between teachers, for teaching from a distance, and so on. You could compare it with other online learning platforms or learning management systems. It is built on top of Google Sites and Google Drive, which means it is very easy to use. Project Lab is full of surprises you will encounter along the way. Things that you can do with Project Lab. You can add and design lesson materials. These materials will show up in your students' page. That way, students can find everything quickly. You can add materials from Google Drive, slides, docs, and sheets that are connected to that particular lesson. Add files and images from your computer, add a YouTube video, or add any other link your students would visit. Isn't that easy? Another is you can add assignments and activities. Just like adding a learning material, you can add an assignment and activities to your course. It works the same way, but here you get the option to add a due date and grade it. You can also grade an assignment. Afterwards, you can check and grade the assignments your students have handed in. You can also manage students. Of course, your students have to be able to share comments or not. That's completely up to you. You can manage permissions, giving students the ability to post and comment. Only comment or give only the teacher the ability to post and comment. You can even email your students individually. Now, what are the things that you can do with Project Lab? There are a few things you should know before you start using Project Lab. It is an online learning platform, but it is not a chat box. You can comment on assignments and activities, but there's no chat function. If you do, you can go directly in contact with your students. You can send them an email, or you can enable other Google apps to take over the function. It is not a discussion forum. You can give or you can design lesson materials and activities, and students can really comment on them, but it is not great for discussions. What are the things that you can do with Project Lab? You can access the learning materials. These materials will show up in the page through slides, docs, sheets, and forms. You can access files and images from your computer. You can also watch a YouTube video or visit links. You can answer assignments and activities. Just like accessing a learning material, you can answer an assignment or activities. You can check your grade in an assignment or activity. You can immediately check your grade on the assignments and activities that you have turned in. What are the things that you can do with Project Lab? It is an online learning platform, but it is not a checkbox. You can turn in your assignments, activities, and performances, but there's no chat function. If you do want to go directly to your teachers, you can contact them, or you can send them an email, or you can enable other Google apps to take over that function.
Delivering quality education is not simply about physical proximity. Here at City of Balanga National High School, we carefully plan and implement our projects. This marks the end of my presentation. Stay safe and healthy. Sulong Edukalidad.
Hello, good day everyone. This is Mr. Alan L. Acosta, but my students call me Sir A from City of Balanga National High School, Senior High School Department. For this session, I'll be teaching practical research 2 to my students under Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. So right before we proceed to our proper discussion in this session, let's have this simple activity. I call this share time. All you have to do is to give your idea and your own perception about the picture which is being presented on your screen. Our first picture is very good. Any other answer? Very good. And now, let's have the second picture. There you go. That is your answer. A paper. Any other answer? A pen. Very good. So now, let's proceed to the last picture. What can you say about this picture? Very good. Any other answer? Very good. So now the question is, based on the pictures which are being presented on your screen, what do you think is our lesson for this session? You may use your chat box or click the raise hand button if you know the answer. Yes. Paper. What else? Person. Correct. Yes, very good. Yes. Oh, I think you got it perfectly right. We're going to talk about research instrument. So our lesson for this session is a research instrument.
Much. So, for you to have a better or a deeper understanding regarding these topics or topic, last time I asked you to perform a simple laboratory activity. So, you've done this activity. Honestly, I just provided you the activity sheets and I gave you the instructions to perform it at your home. And also, the materials are actually readily available. Maybe some of you nalilita, but at least I'm happy to know that most of you are able to do it. So, here's the objective of the first one is to perform laboratory activity involving cardstock, which is additional task and last time, which is you already submitted. And then identify the relationship of volume and temperature and constant pressure. So I do hope that you really or you are able to identify the relationship of volume and temperature through that laboratory activity. Okay, So of course, I also gave you some precautionary measures. So since I was not able to guide you personally, kasi nga, naman, our case today, this pandemic, so hindi ko kayo mag-guide. But at least, I gave you these precautionary measures. So while performing the activity, I can assure that you are safe. So of course, be careful in handling these waters. Then be careful in eating or dipping the balloon in and of course use a pot holder or anything that you can use para i-dip yung ating balloon in hot water. And based on my observation on your picture collage, nakatuwa kasi I saw your outputs na you really follow these precautionary measures. There are some of you who use sandok, para i-dip yung of course, you need to prepare for these things. The PPT container of your cold water and next step is, of course, you need to make sure and then right after you dip the balloon in the hot water, you're going to measure the circumference of the balloon again and record it on the table that I provided to you. And then for the cold water, you are just going to repeat the steps. Now, here's the table that I asked you. So of course, you're going to record the circumference of the balloon before and after, and you're going to get there. Now, let's discuss the live questions. So, live question number 1. What happened to the size of the balloon as the temperature increases? Okay, let's have again Timothy.
The temperature, as the temperature increases, the size of the balloon also increases.
We have here a simulation. So of course, you're able to perform and observe the Charles law on your simple laboratory activity, right? Now, what really happened to those gases inside the balloon? So siguro naisip niyo yun, ano kaya nangyayari doon sa loob? Bakit siya lumiliit? Bakit siya lumalaki? So for us or for you to have a deeper understanding regarding that, I'm going to show you this simulation. So can you see my screen now?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay. So let me play this. So yun siya, no? So let us say that this box, nakikita ba? Ayan, let us say this is your balloon. So ito yung balloon na ginamit nyo during the laboratory activity. Let us say naglagay tayo ng gas, no? So these are the gas particles, no? So imagine nyo that is the gas particles. Ayan. So as you can see, you may click the pressure here. No, pwede natin siya i-click, which means or which indicates that it is actually constant. No? And then makikita ninyo the bottom of it. No, meron tayong pang change ng temperature. So nakita? So what did you notice with the gas particles? So while we are changing the temperature. Okay, correct, exactly. No, according to Justin, the gas particles are just compressing and expanding. Same with Andre, no? So, nagko-compress and nag-expand lang siya. Okay? As well as Timothy yun. No?
So, the gases are just expanding and compressing. It does not necessarily mean na, for example, on your activity, na porke lumaki or nagbago, there's a change on its circumference, meaning to say, dinagdagan or dumagdag ang gas particles sa loob. No. Mali yun, no? So, nangyayari lang is just that once na nag-expand siya, yung mismong gas particles na nag-expand. Kaya the volume of the balloon doon sa experiment ninyo ay lumalaki. And once you lower its temperature, no, makikita nyo na lumiit din ang circumference, which indicates that the gas particles inside of the balloon are just compressing. So, kaya siya lumiliit. Okay, no? So, later, I will send you the link, no? The link of this simulation. So, for you to explore this, no? Actually, once na-try nyo siya, no, nakakatuwa kasi you will see what really happened doon sa mga gas particles natin. So, aside from Charles' law, pwede nyo din gamitin dito yung other laws that we discussed, no? Or yung mga laws before na napag-aralan nyo na, pwede nyo siyang gawin dito. So, I'll just send you the link. Yan, no? So, on this Jamboard, all you have to do is just to add another ideas that you think has something to do with the application of Charles' law. No, aside from that balloon thing, no? Pwede kayong mag-add pa ng iba. Yung sa tingin nyo, saan kaya natin pwede pa ma-encounter itong mga bagay na ito? No, so, for example, ayan, no? So, click nyo lang ito. Just click this one, the sticky note. So, mas prefer ko sticky note para cute. Okay, so for example, nakikita ko yung application of the Charles law on the balloons. No? So, let us say balloons. And then, just provide your explanation here. O kumbaga, very short lang. As the temperature increases, let us say ganyan, the volume of the balloon also increases. And first, yan. Like po na. So, let us say ganyan. No? So, pwede nyo siya baguhin ng color, ha? Yung sticky note nyo. Ayan. No? Pwedeng baguhin yan. And then, the bottom, lagyan nyo na lang dito ng dash and then let us say your name. Kuya. So, yan na siya. So, ito siya, no? So, this is my answer. So, pwede nyo siyang lakihan. Dadrag nyo lang siyang ganyan. Pwede nyo rin siya i-move, i-paste. Ayan. So, yan yung sagot ko. Okay. Now, for example, is naubusan na kayo ng space. Just click this, the next frame. So, para dun kayo mag-attach ng answers ninyo. So, did you understand the instructions? So, I do hope that everyone will provide an answer for this. So, of course, you will have a short quiz regarding this. This is just send the link of the form para dun na lang kayo magsagot. So, less hassle for you. For your assignment, so all you have to do is just to give the mathematical expression of the Charles law and yan, how does the formula of Charles law derive. And here's my references. So that's it. That's all for today. Thank you so much and God bless us all.
And finally, to showcase the best of the best, here are the winners of the Festival of Teaching Innovations for Junior High School and Senior High School. The third prize goes to Miss Joy Ann Puazo of Bataan National High School, Junior High School.
joy. Today, we are going to continue our lesson on reading style. But before that, let's review skimming and scanning. Are you ready? What is your answer? Skimming or scanning? Correct! It's skimming. What about on this situation? Splendid! You got it right. Now, let us see the last one. So, is it skimming or scanning? Wow! I believe that you've mastered skimming and scanning. Remember to practice these reading styles when necessary. Oh, hi Rufus! How are you doing?
Hello, Teacher Joy. I am trying to read this story, but I don't know what an alchemist is. Can you help me?
Of course! An alchemist is someone who creates or transforms something through seemingly magical process.
Ooh, magic! I wonder what the letter is all about.
I wonder. Would you like to read it together?
I would love to, Teacher Joy.
What are you waiting for? Let's go!
Dreams make us happy, some make us feel sad. Stories of hope, stories of love will make us feel loved. So if you want to know about life, just read a story, and it will open a new world inside your mind.
My father told me the story of an alchemist who built a device so powerful it could turn any metal into pure gold. But to power his device, he fed it his own memories. He had a family, but in his quest for gold, he abandoned them. After the alchemist's death, his son returned to the home he once knew as a child.
My dear son, I have crafted a magnificent device. It burns my memories as fuel. The more precious the memories, the more powerful my machine. Now, I have left here for you my most precious memories. They are memories of the place I fell in love with your mother. They are memories of you, Viridian. I remember your mother. She died alone. Because of the creature I was becoming. understand why you ran away. I have seen that you now have a daughter. But I fear you may abandon her, just as I abandoned you. My son, now I understand what matters the most. Love, your father, Nicholas.
So, rumors of a miraculous device remained only rumors. But that night, my father gave me a golden watch and told me what he'd read in the alchemist's letter.
Did you enjoy our story? If yes, what lesson did you learn? Great! Remember, love of the family is worth more than piles of gold. Now, join Slido.com and enter the code or scan the QR code to answer some questions.
Who narrated the story at the start and end? Great! It's the granddaughter. What was used to power the alchemist's invention? Great job! It's the memories. Why do you think his son left the piles of gold behind except the pocket watch? Great answers. Did the alchemist regret his decision of abandoning his family? Good job! The son forgave his father after reading his letter. Is it true or false? And why? Okay, so someone said true because in the end he brings the pocket watch with him, which has a lot of memories with his father. Okay? I don't believe that his emotions were sorted out so quickly as to absolutely pick either one of them. But I do believe that his emotional response was leaning more towards forgiveness and understanding. In conclusion, I believe it's true. Okay, very good.
Great job, everyone! Now, will you be able to answer the questions if you did not read the entire story? Of course not! So this time, instead of skimming or scanning, we use another reading style, which is intensive reading. Intensive reading is to read with full concentration and complete focus. It's one of the most critical skills you can develop to get a better understanding of information. When you have to read a report or work, for instance, you can just skim it and call it a day. You have to get a deeper understanding of what's written, assess the purpose, and evaluate the results to make sense of it. Reading intensively will help you tackle complex texts. You'll be able to strengthen your reading comprehension, vocabulary, and language skills. Let us go back to our story and arrange the following events using Padlet. I send the link in your chat box and click it to
to arrange the following statement, connect the following events according to how they happened. Alright, so I will be arranging the following so that later you'll be able to read it correctly.
Very good! Now, let us have one of your classmates to read your work.
Upon receiving the news of his father's death, Viridian returned home. Once inside, he found the device his father had made. Then, he also discovered the letter that Nicholas's father wrote for him. As he read the letter, he was surprised that in order for the machine to work, he used his most precious memory, his family. He examined closely the device and was amazed as each memory blended and turned into magical liquid. As the last drop of gold fell, the pocket watch and everything else turned into gold. Viridian left everything except the golden pocket watch and gave it to his daughter, realizing that family matters the most.
Thank you! I hope you enjoyed that one. This time, let's have another text.
Beetles. Beetles can adopt any kind of environment. They can be found crawling, burrowing, flying, and swimming on every part of the earth except the ocean. Why do beetles survive well on our planet? First, they have tough, compact bodies. These help them hide, find food, and lay eggs in places where other insects could never go. Almost all beetles have tough front wings, which are colorful and carry beautiful patterns. These wings also act as suit of armor to protect the beetle's transparent hind wings, which are used for flying. Beetles have mouth parts designed for chewing different food. They eat other insects, animal dung, and even cloth. They also feed on the bark, leaves, flowers, and fruits of any kind of plant. They can even chew around the stems of poisonous plants to let the deadly sap drain. Using the graphic organizer on our Jamboard, let's try to determine why do beetles survive well on our planet. Type your answer on the space provided.
Reading is a joyous experience that you can share with others. When you read something interesting, you can have informative discussions with your friends and classmates.
To wrap up our lesson for today, go back to Padlet.com and form a sentence using the words and phrases given.
Now, to assess your understanding about our lesson, I have here 3 topics that I assigned for each group. What you're going to do is to create an infographic using Canva, Pictocart, or Google Slides.
students' outputs. And I learned how to read intensively. What's for the next lesson, Teacher Joy?
Well, that's a surprise. For now, let's call it a day. See ya!
For our second prize, we have Miss Caroline Jimenez of City of Balanga National High School.
Hi, I'm teacher Caroline Jimenez from City of Balanga National High School, and I would like to share a game that can really make your students engage in the process of learning. This strategy is called gamification in education. Yeah, hey, you completed your quest, and you gain points. See? There you are. So you have now 550 experience points. Congratulations, Hannah. Alright, that's all for today. To know what will happen next, review your lesson about models. Bye!
And for our best of the best, our first prize winner is Teacher May 4 B. Yadno of Bataan National High School, Senior High School.
Hi, my name is Mayfor Villano. I'm one of the physical education teachers of Bataan National High School, Senior High School. I use Microsoft PowerPoint to make graphics to my announcements in the G-class and group chats. I am currently under the training of the Department of Education on being a Microsoft Educator Ambassador. We have trainings every Saturday until next year. I am currently improving my skills in Adobe since I got a 1-year free license from the Department of Education as well. I use Adobe Spark in my lectures and group meetings too. I've made a YouTube channel for my demo videos for the students to rewatch my demo skills. Out of all the things that I'm learning and using, I want to share another tool. I've observed that this tool is matched to the structure and delivery of physical education classes since we really encourage performance-based outputs from the subject. The name of the tool is EdPuzzle. Edpuzzle is a web-based tool for editing online videos and adding interactive content to target specific learning objectives. Teachers can upload their own videos and URLs or search in the built-in content library, including YouTube videos and filters from Khan Academy, TED Talks, National Geographic, and more. Before I show how I use this tool, let me show you the summary of the outputs I'm letting my students do for the whole quarter. Now, let me take you a tour on how I use Edpuzzle and how I integrate this to my Google Classroom. First, I need to log in. Yes, I'm a teacher. This is the first thing that you could see when you enter the Edpuzzle. On my left, I've only included 4 of my sections this quarter. Okay, there, as you can see, these are my 4 sections in which they are also integrated to the Google Classroom. So it means that all of my students enrolled in the Google Classroom are also enrolled in Edpuzzle. First, I had the video uploaded in my YouTube channel, and then these are the videos that I'm going to be using in my Edpuzzle content. I have here my first video. I want to show you how interactive this Edpuzzle is. Okay, so in the tab My Content, I've uploaded 2 different kinds of videos in which the students could answer self-paced anytime they want, and I can see immediately all the results that I really want to get from them. Let's start with the first video. First, I have uploaded these 2 videos in my YouTube channel, and then I transferred these 2 videos in my content for the Edpuzzle website. Let's start with the first one. This activity is taken from week 3. I think I had a meeting at that time, so I didn't have time to meet my classes. But then I asked them to answer this interactive video. So I prepared 5 multiple choice questions for this video. Let me start playing. As you can see, the video automatically stopped. Why? It is because the teacher prepared certain questions that made the video stop, and then you will let the students answer the questions provided. So, example, the first question was, the ladder drills and cone drills helps develop A, agility, balance, speed, or reaction time. So for example, the student chose agility there, and then he or she should click submit, and then the results are there on the screen. The students could see rewatch, skip, and continue button. They could not actually skip because I've already had it customized that they cannot skip the video. Okay, let's continue. Let me pause for a bit. Can you see those 5 dots or like a tear-like shape below? This indicates where the video would pause. It is because it is where the questions are put. Okay, so as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions for this video. Okay, let me show you the other example or the other video that I've made interactively. This time, the students will be encouraged to have it answered while doing the actions or movements on their own. So this topic is taken from week 7. So I will let them perform a Tabata routine. There, it paused. And then there's a question which says, jumping jacks is a cardio exercise. Is it true or false? Okay, then submit. Okay, let's continue. The next question, rest is essential for muscle growth. Is it true or false? For example, the student answered false. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this is a unique question in which I am expecting that my students do the performance while answering it too. So my instructions, try doing lunges and then observe. And then after which I'm expecting they've come to realize that lunges strengthen their blank. Okay, so the students will choose according to how they felt during the activity. So for example, the student chose B and then submit. Okay, there. And then let's continue. Okay, one last question for this activity. Butt kicks may help increase the speed of hamstring contractions, which can help you run faster. Alright, so those are just a simple overview of how I use Edpuzzle. And the best thing about this is, if you have noticed, I told you during the first part of the video that Edpuzzle is integrated in the Google Classroom. So let me show you the classwork. This is my Google Classroom in the same section where I've showed you the Edpuzzle activity. So in their classwork, I've started in their classwork, I've posted activities from week 1, there, week 2, and then the handouts are there, week 3, week 4, and then this is the first Edpuzzle activity that I've shown you a while back. So if they're gonna click it, and so this is the activity in the Edpuzzle that I've shown you a while back. So if the students would try to click the link, they will be automatically transferred to the Edpuzzle website. So at that point, they could answer the questions or the interactive questions I've prepared for them. Then, they could just mark as done. Next, let me show you how a teacher can easily see Okay? 'Di ba? Ano tayo, dahil hindi nga natin sila nakikita pag asynchronous classes, so hindi natin alam kung sino ang hindi nakapanood ng video, nahihirapan, yan. So makikita natin dito, yan. So these are my students, okay? Sila rin yung mga nasa Google Classroom natin. And then below, yan, makikita natin yung mga naka 100%. And then, on top, makikita natin may mga 60 over 100, 40 over 100. So, ako as teacher, alam ko kung sino yung pwede nating tulungan or yung pwede nating i-assist. Kasi madaming factors bakit hindi nila nakuha yung mga activities na yan. So, pwedeng connection, internet connection, or hindi sila naka-log in, or hindi sila naka-enroll sa Google Classroom. So, kailangan po naka-enroll siya sa Google Classroom before siya makasagot dito sa Edpuzzle. And the way to add, automatic naman po yun. So, yung mga naka-enroll sa Google Classroom, just one click by the teacher, may integrate na siya sa Edpuzzle. I hope that you could try using Edpuzzle and integrate it to your classes. For me, it's still a work in progress, but I'm hoping that I could master using this LMS. I understand that we are bombarded with trainings, but you could choose something that you could fit your teaching style and your students' learning style as well. Thank you and God bless.
Let us give our 3 best teaching innovations a big round of virtual applause. Once again, we congratulate Bataan National High School Junior High School, City of Balanga National High School, and Bataan National High School Senior High School. We also congratulate and thank our dearest schools who participated and gave their best presentations for the Festival of Teaching Innovations. May I call on Dr. Merlinda Tita Blan, Chief ES, Curriculum Implementation Division for her closing remarks to formally close our activity.
Great day to everyone who is joining the much-awaited Festival of Talents through showcasing the teaching innovations of our dear teachers and demonstration of learning by our creative students. It is truly a pride of SDO Balanga City to have such performing teachers and students. Maraming naging hamon ang nakaraang school year 2020-2021. Pero hindi ito naging dahilan para tumigil sa paglilingkod ang kaguruan para maipagpatuloy ang pagkatuto ng ating mga mag-aaral. At gayon din naman ang pagsisikap ng mga magulang at mag-aaral upang makasunod sa hinihingi ng mga bagong pamamaraan sa pagkatuto. Ang kahusayan at kakayahan ng bawat isa ay muli na naman pinatunayan sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaisa at pagtutulungan. Maraming salamat sa mga paaralan na nagsisilbing gabay upang magkaroon ng kalidad na edukasyon. Gayon din sa tulong ng pamahalaan at komunidad para sa magandang kinabukasan ng mga kabataan. Sa awa ng dakilang likha, malalampasan natin ang mga pagsubok ng kasalukuyan. Congratulations sa mga maitatanging guro at mag-aaral. Gayunpaman, ang paglahok ng bawat isa ay maituturing ng tagumpay. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year sa lahat! Patuloy po tayong mag-ingat.
Thank you, Dr. Merlinda Tablan, for your message. To quote George Quaros, "Technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers is transformational." And the teachers who showcased their teaching innovations today just proved this quote to be true. We thank everyone who joined us this afternoon in our Festival of Teaching Innovations. We hope that this inspired our teachers to keep innovating. But even more so, we hope that we were able to shed greater light to the unwavering dedication of our dearest educators as they champion our students' learning amidst the global crisis that we are still combating. We thank everyone for your support of our program. May you all stay safe. Good afternoon.